Hey everyone, welcome to Crazy About Disney. I kind of wanted to do a review on this cool comic book. It's based around the attraction of the Haunted Mansion. So basically, this was a comic book, and they turned it into a whole bunch of comic books into one book, which was really cool. And this is Volume 1, if you can see it right here. Volume 1, Welcome, Foolish Mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. Anyway, yeah, I love the details on the front, the cover art, and then you can see the image of the Haunted Mansion right there. It says the Haunted Mansion, and then these are stories inspired by the classic Disney attraction. And on the back, there's really cool images. You can see the bride, William Gracie, hanging from the roof. And here we have some of the artwork that you would see in the when you first walk into the Haunted Mansion, and the stretching room, if you will. So that's really cool. And then on here, it says, when hinges creak in doorless chambers, and candles flicker where the air is deathly still, that's when you know that ghosts are present. The Haunted Mansion, Volume 1, Welcome, Foolish Mortals, collects stories from the first 6 issues of the comic book series based on the classic Disney attraction, and features the haunting work by these people right here. And many others. This deluxe hardcover edition, with its deckled edges and gold foil stamped cover, has the look of a deathless tomb you'd expect to find in the mansion itself. So that's pretty cool. That's like a little introduction on the back. I thought that was cool. It has Mr. Grace, or Master Gracie's shield and arms. So that's pretty cool. And then it has really cool gold. What does it say? It said gold foil stamped cover. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Really cool detail. That's the cover. And then this is the back, which it has the same on the 2 sides. And then in the middle it has 999. But of course there's always room for 1,000 Any volunteers? And on the side, it has really cool images with welcome foolish mortals. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, it just collects stories from the comic book series from the first 6 comic books. I thought this was also pretty cool. It's basically the wallpaper of the Haunted Mansion. So I thought that was a neat feature. And then there's this. When hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls, whenever candle lights flicker, where the air is deathly still, that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight. Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. And then here's the contents. Well, it's called Tomb of Contents, but so yeah. And then here's an introduction by Mr. William Gracie himself, Master Gracie. So I thought that was interesting, and it also included a picture of him, so I thought that was really cool. Now this first one, I'll show you a couple of my favorite comic books throughout the book. This one is called Room for 1,000, and it basically takes you, if you were on the ride of the Haunted Mansion, which is really cool. So basically, here's some of it. It says, "Ah, there you are. You've arrived to fill our quota. Kindly step inside, please. There's a chill in the air. Look alive. There's no turning back now." And so you see him going into the Haunted Mansion here, which is the same how we would at the attraction. And then you see him in the stretching room. And then it has some of the quotes from the attraction. Here you can see paintings of some of our guests in their corruptible, mortal state. So I thought that was pretty cool. And this is a little gag that they included. "No flash pictures, please. We spirits are frightfully sensitive to bright lights." And it just goes with the attraction, which is really, really cool. And in the attraction, you would see you would come off the stretching room, out of the stretching room, and you would go down this corridor. And you would, every time the lightning would strike, you would see the real special effects, which was really cool. So that's like a hint to that. And then he walks upstairs, and basically it's a whole attraction, if you will. Here's the special effect with the candle that looks like it's really farther away. And yeah, it's really cool how they made it all to look like the, you know, the attraction, but comic book form. So I thought that was really cool. So right now he is going to meet Madame Leota, and then you could see here now we're in the or basically in Madame Leota's room, where in the attraction you go around her where she's floating. And here you have some quotes that she says: creepies and crawlies, toads in a pond, let there be music from some regions beyond, wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing the bell. And it shows you that you leave Madame Leota, and then it's to the what is it called? The dining room area, where the ghost host leaves us for a moment. And he says, they'll be expecting me. I will see you a little later. And then you see, you know, all of the ghosts in the ballroom and all that. So that's basically what this picture is. And then I thought this was really, really cool. I love this tribute that they did for the Hatbox Ghost. Which, I mean, that's freaking awesome if you ask me. As you can see, there's the Hatbox Ghost, and I think they did a really, really good job on the artwork. And there it is again. And then when we get out of the ballroom, we go into the attic. And you can see the bride right there. And this is where I thought it was interesting. In the attraction, we see the bride, you know, when she's glowing and all that. And then, I didn't know this, but apparently this is how the attraction goes. What happens is, when you're going backwards on the Haunted Mansion and you go into the graveyard, that's when you know, we are it's like falling. So I thought that was a really good a pretty interesting thing that I think. But that's basically what the premise is, and that's what happens when you're going backwards into the graveyard. So that's basically the sequence. And it's basically to simulate you falling. So, and then here's a quote from that, or the song from Grim Grinning Ghosts. When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake, spooks come out for a swinging wake. Happy haunts materialize and begin to vocalize. Grinning ghosts come out to socialize. And as you can see, there's the graveyard. You can see him falling, but then he lands in the graveyard. And as you can see, there's the groundskeeper, or the the groundskeeper with the dog. And here you can see in the attraction we would see him holding the lantern, all scared. So I like that tribute. And then you can see this is where the person died, which I thought that was pretty cool. And then he's chasing after the groundskeeper. And this is what this says. After all, they were aroused from their eternal rest to welcome you as our latest addition, though perhaps there is still room for one more. And this is the the groundskeeper. And this is the groundskeeper's secret, as you can see right there. And basically, instead of singing, Grim Grim Ghost Come Out to Socialize, it takes that song and they made their own verses to the song, which I thought that was pretty cool. And here you can see the busts singing. And then it says, "Rest in peace for hauntings free. So hurry back, we would like your company." And then right here, "When the moonlight shines and the air grows cold, you'll see a strange routine unfold. The graveyard gates creak open wide. The groundskeeper stands petrified and begins slowly itching his way inside. Even as a child he was very meek. They would say he was born with a yellow streak. He was quick to shriek at any sight, and a night owl hoots could give him fright. So why would he work in a graveyard every night? Filled with dread and wrought with fear, he continues his trek with a bony dog near, as ghostly specks swirl about, and undead ghouls sing and shout. The shivering pair continue on their route." Despite the overwhelming dread, he's done his job and never fled. And even when he has the shakes, there's one stop he always makes: to sit and take his nightly dinner breaks. He earns much less than the other chaps, living in his wager scraps, but he finds that quite alright when he dines with his wife on her gravesite. And that's why he works in the graveyard every night. So I thought that was interesting. I like actually this one. It's just really cool how they did that. And they made different lyrics to the Grin Granny Ghost song. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I think this is it. So this is the Peppermint Girl. And it's basically the story of two boys, and they go into the mansion, I guess. And over here you can see them trying to get over the wall to the haunted mansion. He's like, "Oh, I hear music. I told you there was a party." Yeah, a party that never ends. And you believe in ghosts, right?" "Ghosts, sure, but I'll need to prove You need proof to believe you have a girlfriend. Spill it already. So basically, he's telling him that he has a girlfriend in the haunted mansion. So I think that's very interesting. And this is the ballroom, as you can see here on the attraction. And over here, I said I was seeing a girl. I didn't say she was my girlfriend. Over by the wall, that's her. So you can see that's the girl he's pointing out. And then he says, I come here every night to see her. While the others dance and eat and laugh together, she's always there by herself. I know she'd love to join them, but she never does. And it looks like she's very beautiful. And that beautiful smile, that beautiful, cheerful smile, it breaks my heart because somehow it makes her seem even more alone. So this is basically their conversation that they're having. Unbelievable, you're stalking a ghost? I'm not stalking her, I'm admiring her. Does she know you're here? No, I'm always cheerful. I'm afraid that if she notices me, all this will disappear and I'll never see her again. I'm sorry I doubted you. She's the prettiest girl I've ever seen. And then he said, get down! She'll see us. Is someone there? So, you can see, oh no! She found him. And, she's like, hello! Oh, hi. And then she welcomes them in and introduces herself. You can see that her name is, let me try to focus. Her name is Maribel. And, we're so sorry that we're late. Don't be silly. I know perfectly well you're not late for the party. And then you could see this guy's walking off with his head, which is kind of funny. Little humor in there. Obviously, it's the party that's late for you. Don't be afraid, they're harmless, really. In that case, let's join the fun. Maribel, would you care to dance? And then his friend's like, hey! And then she says, I would love to dance. I've waited so long for someone to ask me. Then what are we waiting for? You're so sweet. But how could we? You're from different worlds, and in mine, I'm destined to be alone. Back off, will ya? You know I like her. So they're both jealous right now, which is interesting. What? When she passed through me, she tingled. I was enjoying peppermint candy when I died. And then he's like, I'm sorry. Don't apologize. It's my new favorite flavor. And then basically they're talking about like a conversation. Why do you think you're detained to be alone? This is but one of many parties that go on in this mansion, and each the guests continue in death as they were alive, or in life. I came here escorted, so I'm afraid that's how I remain. But for many of the others, it's not a curse at all. They eat lavish meals every night and frolic till dawn. Every dance with you is enchanting as the first. And so she's basically saying there's nothing to do, you know. And then she's saying, listen to me being so dramatic. It's not terrible, all that terrible, really, sitting here and watching them night after night in their own private havens. Only it feels like ages since I've been touched. I promise, somehow, some way, I'll find a way to touch you. Help you? We both will. And I know just how I'm going to do it. So basically, they're on their way, and they are, it's a long kind of story, but, sorry if I'm a little lagging. So basically, the premise is they want to help her to touch, or they want to touch, or whatever. And, basically they're saying, oh, don't flirt with her, don't flirt with, my girl and all that. And then they're finding all these ways to kill themselves, to be with her. And, so he finds a gun, he shoots it off, but it doesn't go at his head. And that was the last bullet. Stop and think for a moment. You just tried to blow your brains out. And then they try to, try to kill themselves in each different ways. He's trying to hang himself, which doesn't work because the rope breaks. And then he tries to drown himself. He unplugs the drain. And then he finds poison. And then, I don't know what he's doing here. He's trying to kill himself by suicide or something. And they're like, what's with this place? We can't kill ourselves. And then Maribel's over here. Oh, it's the boys. I wonder if... Save me the next dance, Maribel. I'll be dead in a jiffy. Don't hold your breath. This loser couldn't die if his life depended on it. and then you could see the boys are running after each other. And then you can see Maribel right there. And she's like, after all these years, they still don't realize they're already dead. If only they hadn't rushed off that first night, I would have warned them not to eat the tainted candy. Oh well, death goes on. Take that, and that. Get off me. And so on, and so on. The end. So yeah, I really liked it. It was really cool. And, yeah, really cool book. And, I wanted to show you this real quick. And on the back side, it says, hurry back, be sure to bring your death certificate if you decide to join us. Make final arrangements now. We've been dying to have you Yeah, so I thought it was a very interesting book. I was very lucky and hold on, I'll try to get it back into the bookcase. And I'm very proud to you know, have it in my comic book collection. And yeah, I really liked the artwork. There's a lot of other stories, but yeah, I love the artwork. I love the way that they did the everything. So yeah, this is my review of the Haunted Mansion comic book. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later.